tail. It's about time.
Hello guys, I don't hope you have been missing me too much. Well, guess you already guessed, the new gun is done, and this is the instruction video on how to make it. Now this isn't gonna be super detailed because I don't normally do manuals for what I do, but I hope this video combined with the link will help you to construct a gun like this or a similar one. And please post it a video response with your gun. I would love to see what you have created. And well, let's jump into the start. The first thing you need is a piece of cardboard, and I used something with a 3mm thickness. And the second thing you need is down here at this link at the bottom. It's a JPEG file you need to print out on a piece of paper, and then you have something like okay, you can really see. There we go. Like this, and it's a part. That's all the parts you need, and the number in the middle is how many you need of those, and then it's the gun itself is constructed by 4 main pieces, and we're gonna make those one at a time, and hopefully you will be able to make a gun like this one or similar. Hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Okay, let's get started on the first piece. The first piece is this one. I mostly designed it because it would make the gun look that much more better. And well, to build this, we take a piece of paper, and you will need to print out and cut out the pieces with the A on it. So A1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 you'll need to cut out. Now the A1 part is the top part, and the A2 is the side part here, and the 3, 4, and 5 are those back plates, and they might need to be adjusted with a knife or something, but it should be a pretty easy one. Once you have glued together and have a piece exactly like this one, or close enough, you're actually done with the first part, and it should be it. Now that we have the first part, we need to make the second one, and that's the holder for the remote. This time it didn't fit so well as the last time, so we're gonna make some rubber bands and make it fit at the end of the video, but I will show you that. But this is the part we're gonna make now. Here's a hole for the trigger to come up and push the re button, and to glue this together you will need the pieces called B, and the bottom piece is B1, which you simply cut out and make the hole at the bottom. Once that's done, you cut out the pieces called B2, and you will need 2 of those pieces, 1 for each side, and you can glue those on. And once that's done, you simply cut out the piece called B4 for the front of it, and the infrared will then pass over here. And at the back, you will have a piece called B3, and this hole would actually fit the V nunchuck, and like you have requested, this one actually supports that one. Now those 2 at the back here are magnets, and I have put those on so that the back plate here actually just snaps on, and like this. Let's just see that clock. You have the top part of the gun. Now let's get on with it and make the handle. The next part we need to make is the handle. Now the handle is a little bit tricky. It's a lot of work, but guess we will get it done. The pieces you need are called C1, which are the big piece, the handle, and the upper part. And the other piece is called C2, which is this one. And you need 13 of these, the C1s, and 5 of the C2s. Now the tricky part is one of the C2s has a hole right here in the middle. So the 5th piece you cut somewhere here and leave it alone. That would make the trigger go in there so it wouldn't slip out and all that stuff. And for the C1 parts, you actually take 3 of those and cut it right here, actually, where the angle is. Don't know if you can see it. It's got a hole right there, and that's again for the trigger. Now at the end you will get a spring attached, and I used a little bolt to at the end here. Now once you have done that, you will need to make a trigger like this one. I made this out of a piece of wood, drill through holes in it, and you simply slide it down there, and you'll have something like this. You see, this one will then fit in the hole at the bottom, like that, and will slide up and down. You don't need more space than that to use the trigger. So just line it up with the hole you have here, and I have a little iron rod here. Let's put it in, and the trigger is mounted like that. Now the next hole up the top, you simply put in the spring like this, if I can hit it while it's there, and the trigger is basically done. Now I'm gonna put on one of those and a knot so it won't slide out again, and you should probably do the same thing. Just like this. Just tie it really nice. There we go. All done. And you have your trigger assembly. Now, it's a good idea if you wait with gluing the middle one in, you glue 2 on the sides, and then simply adjust the middle one and cut it the right place so you can get it all up front if you want that. If you have a little longer fingers, or way back if you want that. But that's basically this one. The next part is not that much complicated, but we'll get on to that. Hello again. Let's make the last piece. And for this piece, looks a little weird, but it will come to you. You will need the piece is called D, and the one is called D1, or those long ones here. Actually, are pretty similar to the what's called C1 we used earlier, and we actually need 2 of those, so don't throw them away. Once you have cut those pieces out, C1 and the D1s, and the last piece is called D2. That's the one at the top here. You simply cut those out, and at the inner side, that's tough to see. In case you can see it here. That one at the inner here is the C1 part. It's exactly like those one. I just glued them on here for the hole. That's the only difference. This one doesn't have that hole. That's to lock it in. Once you have put this one over here, just like that, you simply have the gun. So cut out 2 pieces of the D1s, and the D1 you need 1 piece, the D2 you need 1 piece, and glue them together so you have a part like this one. Now don't glue those together yet. We need to make the trigger part to go up and pull the trigger on the remote before we can glue these 2 pieces together. But we'll get into that.